Hello everybody and welcome to the next game of the DelotA Dota 2 Amateur Tournament. I'm just delicious and with me as always is the illustrious, busty, vague raconteur.
But these guys are getting bigger and bigger every day. Hello. Possibly our most exciting game of the tournament, of any tournament we have so far yet, apart from maybe Imba versus Infused, but
Yeah.
maybe so exciting. Xtreme Rage versus Imba Battlenet. So interesting, of course, because Xtreme Rage are doing extremely well in the ESL, and Imba Battlenet are doing extremely well in Star Ladder. So we know both these teams very, very serious. Imba have already run the tournament in January. Xtreme Rage looking to win it this February, but of course they have to come up against the old champions. So it's not sure what to see. The bans have already started, and I'll hand over to JD.
This is going to be nothing but a fantastic game. I can feel it. Both teams are really gying for this one, and Imba Battlenet's bans already show how aggressive they want to be. They want to give Xtreme Rage the choice, and they're going to get the Magnus if they want it. Darkseer is also in the pool. Magnus, we've seen it making it through again. Imba Battlenet rather ban out the Shadow Demon and the Wisp. They obviously because they had first pick, they feel like they can take those two heroes out and still be left with a very, very good one. And of course they can. They are left with their pick of the bunch. They have Keeper of the Light, Magnus and Darkseer all in the pool, and you have to feel whichever one they pick up, Xtreme Rage are going to probably pick up the other two.
Absolutely, and let's not forget there's also the fan favourite for banning Undying as well. So if they want it, personally, we don't see that much use for him. His Tombstone is amazing, and of course his Flesh Golem is so good in team fights, especially in professional team fights when you see so many things go down. But absolutely, we're going to see Imba really struggling with this first pick, and you can't blame them. They've got so many heroes to pick from. Of course, Magnus has fallen down a little bit in this version. It's now being found that he can kind of be countered away. A Puck does reasonably well against him, and Invoker can do a great job against him if the good cause works. And so they decide to give away the Magnus and take the Darkseer.
Yeah. Well, Magnus makes it all the way through the first picks and the first bans, so that kind of shows how much the meta has changed recently with these Chinese teams having an answer to Magnus, showing that he's not as big as he used to be with the Sven, and he's just not being picked up nearly as much anymore. And Xtreme Rage immediately knew who they were going to choose. They knew Imba were going for the Darkseer, and they insta-picked the Keeper of the Light and the Lifestealer, two very, very strong heroes. Best support in the game right now by an absolute mile. Keeper of the Light, easily the best tri-lane support, and then Lifestealer as well, who is a very, very, very capable carry.
Absolutely, but Lifestealer is reasonably well countered. Of course, the Lifestealer does struggle so much against a Phantom Lancer, and Lifestealer is the chosen counter we've found from teams. Not sure why exactly. Maybe JD has an idea, but the chosen counter against the Gyrocopter normally. It seems Gyrocopter is so difficult to counter that there isn't one for him, and so Lifestealer is considered the best hero to just go against him in terms of, well, maybe they're even.
I would probably say the only reason that so many teams pick Lifestealer up against Gyrocopter is just because the amount of damage Rocket Barrage does in the early to mid game, absolutely insane, and the Rage just completely shuts it off. So that is I would say that's a good reason.
I'm going to remind JD to turn on open mic, because I just realised I started this. This is the first game of the whole tournament. I feel so ashamed. Started off the whole banning without actually turning it on. So all the poor Dota client viewers instead of the Twitch viewers are fine, of course, because they know we get that beautiful audio quality. But of course, the picks going insane now. Imba Battlenet, they pick up Weaver for the offlane, and who could technically hard carry, but we normally see RR taking that Weaver and going offlane. Of course, now RR has changed roles, hasn't he, with M&T?
They've the Imba team has swapped it up a little bit, and they tend to do things a little differently from when we last saw. But whether they decide to go back to that, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see who picks what up, but it's going to be a mystery to us to see who picks what up, and that's going to be interesting to see whether that works out as well as it has been in the Star Ladder when it comes back to this tournament. So Xtreme Rage is looking for the last pick, but Earthshaker picked up by Imba Battlenet, and we know how good Earthshaker is on that tri-lane. Very, very good against Lifestealer, and finally Magnus gets picked up by someone.
Well, it's possible that Xtreme Rage pick up their Magnus because they think, well, maybe Darkseer is going mid now. I mean, Weaver's being picked up. Weaver not very often played in his ex-traditional hard carry role.
Yeah.
He's much more often found on the tri lane now, so maybe they're thinking, okay, they might put Weaver in the off lane. Just that Imba Battlenet are now making it unclear for extreme range. That it's now undecided. We've seen Darkseer's mid, and we've seen them do very well in mid. Often much more fireball in the off lane, but Weaver is just as almost just as amazing. Obviously, he's not quite as good as a Darkseer, but he's so good. Being able to ultimate out of a problem normally as well as just being able to Shikuchi, get those last hits with that Shikuchi because that costs barely any mana. But if we look at the bans now, the Undying goes out, so Imba Battlenet still feel that Undying is a threat, and let's face it, he's very good with Lifestealer. The two dead guys generally do seem to work together quite well, and obviously that slow helps so well with Lifestealer, just being able to get his health back when he rages. And Rubik banning, so we're seeing the supports go. We don't, obviously Undying could still offlane as well, and maybe that's what Imba Battlenet wanted to stop, but we see Undying take a support role quite often.
Yeah, and another good reason why Magnus could have got picked up then as well is because it was the last pick of the first picking stage, and now they have free reign to ban any heroes they think are going to cause Magnus a problem in mid. So if they really don't want to come up against the Queen of Pain, or they really don't want to come up against a Puck, they can ban them out now and leave Magnus where he wants to be with no real counter for him. So Extreme Rage, they knew what they were doing, and they waited as much as they could before they picked up the Magnus, and it worked out very well. But Imba Battlenet will definitely have a plan for that. They'll have not given away Magnus and not realised. And there goes the Outworld Destroyer, so they didn't want to give Extreme Rage him when it comes to the offlane, because he can be very good against heroes like Darkseer, and he's okay against Weaver, being able to shut off his mana. Obviously better against Darkseer, but he's still pretty good against Weaver.
Now, Devour ban being an interesting one. We don't see him banned very often, but as we can see now, Extreme Rage still putting out supports. They're not getting rid of the mids. They must be confident in Magnus's ability, because Bane is obviously a lot more of a threat to them, and let's face it, Bane is a very strong support at the moment. We're seeing very common, and Rubik as well. Maybe Extreme Rage are going to ban out a mid in particular. Would expect an Invoker ban, because as we know, Quas Invoker is insane versus Magnus. Just can regen all his health back after a third point in Quas.
Yeah, almost certainly, and that Bane ban does stop the Earthshaker being able to land perfect fissures as well. But one thing you have to say, Imba Battlenet banning out Undying and their OD, they're looking for PL, they're looking for Phantom Lancer, and Extreme Rage have given him up if they want to pick him, because those two bans, you have to say, look like they're very Phantom Lancer orientated. I mean, OD, a hero picked up quite often just to try and counter PL. He's not as good as you would have thought, but he still does okay against him. And Undying, of course, being able to pop up that tombstone, and that really affects his illusions quite heavily. So I wouldn't be surprised if Imba do go for Phantom Lancer in this game, but they're going to go for Leshrac first and just finish off that tri lane, and well, not finish it off. Sorry, at least have both supports. We still don't know what's happening there.
Well, Gyrocopter banned from Extreme Rage. It looked for a second like they wanted Phantom Lancer for themselves. Of course, if Imba Battlenet do want this PL, they're leaving it into the last minute to decide. They could potentially be picking up a mid and having Weaver as that hard carry with Earthshaker and Leshrac together. Of course, we know where Earthshaker and Leshrac are going, but Darkseer's in position and Weaver's is so indeterminable, and that is why Extreme Rage may not be picking up exactly whatever they want. They're a little bit cautious. They have to be. They've got Keeper and Lina and most likely Lifestealer as a tri-lane. We could obviously still see Lifestealer in the jungle. It's not very likely though. We know Imba are a tri-v-tri team. They are actually running Weaver as their main carry, putting Queen of Pain mid and Darkseer on the offlane, so this will be very interesting. And we know Queen of Pain, a reasonably popular hero to go against Magnus.
Yeah, Queen of Pain will be quite good against Magnus, you have to say. Weaver is almost certainly going to be that main farmer with Earthshaker and Leshrac, and Darkseer is going to be on that off lane, and maybe Imba Battlenet banned out the Undying and the OD just to try and throw a curveball at Extreme Rage, saying, we're going for PL, what are you going to do about it? They picked up Lina, who is quite good against PL, and then they just went, actually, we're not picking him up at all. Weaver is our hard carry, try and deal with that one, Lina, and Lina's going to have a bit of a shocker in lane coming up against a Weaver. Weaver's going to have a very nice time against it, you have to feel, because if he can just pop his ulti after Lina has already wasted hers, it does absolutely nothing, and Puck last pick from Extreme Rage, so it looks like Puck might actually be offlane in this game unless they decide to run the Magnus offlane, which I've seen a few times, but Magnus is almost certainly better suited in mid.
Yeah, absolutely. He may struggle a little bit against Queen of Pain, but it's a reasonable turn up. Puck
Yeah.
against Queen of Pain probably is maybe a little bit favourable for them, but no. You don't want Magnus in the offlane. He just doesn't do well, and you need him to have some farm. But of course, we will have JD now running over Imba and the Radiant, and then I'll be switching over to Extreme Range for the Dire.
Yeah, I'll be handling the Radiant now. We see Venduza will be picking up the Leshrac, Joker will be on the Queen of Pain, MNT on the Weaver. We see Infamous taking up the Earthshaker, and RR on the Darkseer. So it looks like RR is actually taking up that role that they've been playing for quite a while on that offlane.
Right, and at Dire, and the Dire we have Extreme Rage's Miracle as Puck going mid actually, and we're seeing a smoke gank already. Robert Noah on the Magnus, Nizu on Keeper of the Light, Bloodlust on Lifestealer, and Frozen Fire on the Lena. And it's interesting to say, of course, we may be seeing Magnus on the offlane. Of course, Puck could potentially just go back off to the offlane after this. They're all going to the jungle. They're wanting to catch out the tri lane. They've guessed what the tri lane is, and they've done a good job of guessing it because they. Imba Battlenet do often put the trail on the hard lane, so it was a lucky guess maybe, or just a well-educated one.
Well, Imba has to be careful, and Venduza has to be very, very careful at least. If he goes wandering into the jungle a little bit, he's way too far ahead of Weaver and Earthshaker, and he's going to get caught out. Almost certainly. Magnus has Skewer, and the rest of the burst damage that this team has is absolutely insane. So, yeah, the good lucks and have funs come out from Imba, and it looks like we are going to be going. But yeah, as we said, it looks like that Puck is going to be going mid, and Magnus will probably be on the offlane, probably on his own. He might, they might be doing this just to determine where the tri lane is actually, so that they can have Magnus versus Darkseer, regardless of what lane he was actually going to be on. So they that's probably what they were thinking. They don't want Magnus coming up against Queen of Pain, so they've just swapped it over.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course it's just going to be so very difficult. One, I think it just rusted in for a little bit. Only joking for those guys, but yeah, Venduza's so far ahead. We don't normally see him go this far ahead. Obviously, he feels safe, but Extreme Rage, we don't see that many instant smoke ganks. I mean, it's a very viable tactic, especially with a Magnus around. That Skewer could potentially be a big deal. And of course, can see if we look at Lifestealer, he's not specced into anything yet.
Look at
he could be
Venduza.
waiting to open wounds, and it looks like it may be tragedy for Venduza. Is he going to fall into this trap?
Well, Venduza's getting very, very close, but it doesn't look like they actually want to go for it. They've just warded up and just backed off. The smoke has now run out. Magnus is hanging around with a Skewer. He's looking to try and jump someone if they get a little bit too close, but Venduza, nice positioning, can see both of the channels, and I don't think they're going to be able to catch him out. They're pinging him. They know he's there, but can they catch him? All four of them waiting in the trees to see if they could get something, and I have to say, I don't think they're going to be getting anything right now. Although Earthshaker coming in, it looks like they actually want to try and turn it around, but they don't realise that there's four of them there. Magnus shows his face. They both back off, and the game will continue, and Magnus will be walking all the way to the offlane to solo against the Darkseer.
Well, you have to say, between Magnus and a Darkseer wins every single time. Magnus, despite looking like he should be an absolute tank, isn't that tanky. He's got 568 health. And Darkseer has a little bit more than he does with just a single iron branch, and Magnus has a single iron branch himself. So no, Darkseer just is a little bit more tanky than he is. And of course, Darkseer can get away so much easier. That surge really comes in handy. An Iron Shell is a nightmare for Magnus being a melee hero, so I can't imagine Magnus would do that well in this offlane.
Yeah, but you remember that it's either a Darkseer or a Queen of Pain, and Magnus is going to get a lot more farm against a Darkseer than he is a Queen of Pain. I mean, against Queen of Pain, he's going to be doing absolutely nothing, so they're at least giving him the best of a bad situation. Both of the lanes will be pretty bad for him, but they're going to be giving him the one that's the best option. So I think they're doing the right thing. I don't think running him mid against Queen of Pain is going to get him anything. It might even just get him killed a few times because of the Queen of Pain just being able to jump on and harass, and Puck's going to have a much better time there. And Puck, you can't rule out Puck's ganking potential as well. It is absolutely insanely strong, and if she can get to level 6, her Dream Coil can have almost the same effect as Reverse Polarity in these sorts of games. Obviously, it's not nearly as powerful a spell, but it is still absolutely insane, and she can do a lot of burst damage.
Well, the good thing here for Puck, she can avoid. Sorry, not she. It. I always forget that. It's so hard to just say it though, isn't it? It can always just kind of avoid everything from Queen of Pain, apart from even a scream. It can anticipate because it'd be blinked on, and then it will happen. And that phase shift is so powerful against somebody who's so nukey like Queen of Pain, because of course her prods do so good, so great damage. But Puck is amazing at just avoiding everything. And those illusory orbs, they may be slow, but they are kind of difficult to avoid sometimes. And as we can see, Joker's still getting hit by them.
Yeah, and I'm not Joker actually specking into Shadow Strike, which may be a little bit weird because Puck can just dodge it if she times it even remotely quickly. I mean, the Shadow Strike doesn't move particularly fast, so I'd be very surprised if Joker manages to actually get one off. Although actually, Puck uses a phase shift to dodge a right click, and that was the time, if any, to try and go for it. But yeah, Puck just doing what she needs to do, specking pretty much all into Illusionary Orb, and that's the way you will expect her to go into this game. Leshrac is actually picking up the wards, and this tri-lane from Xtreme Rage is going very maynicely for them. I mean, the Keeper of the Light spam is working brilliantly. He's only level 1 right now, so he doesn't actually have his chakra magic, but he should have that pretty soon.
Yeah, sorry about that. Absolutely, and I mean, the last hits and denies, they're not saying that much at the moment, but they are saying a reasonably good amount. And as you can see, we've got... oh, sorry, everything was a little bit out of proportion there. We're seeing Puck doing very well against the Queen of Pain. She's got 13 last hits, so really doing so well. And the 4 denies, not doing amazing in terms of denying, but just keeping Queen of Pain and able to do it. So really good choice from Xtreme Rage, swapping the Magnus onto the offlane. If we look at Magnus himself, he's also doing so well, keeping up beautifully with the Magnus. He's got 11 last hits, and Darkseid has 14, of course, and that's just the last second. But he's doing so well to keep up, and that's exactly why Xtreme Rage made the better decision than I guess we did, saying that maybe you wouldn't do that well on the offlane, or at least me, because JD did say it did quite well.
No, but I can understand why you would think he would have a bad time on the offlane. It comes down to experience, really, where if the Magnus player is experienced playing Magnus, he's going to be okay against Darkseid because he can, as we see, just spam the shockwave and really get rid of the creep that's being the pain. And after that happens, I don't think really Darkseid's got anything to really stop him. So it kind of comes down to whether Magnus can play it effectively, and he's doing very well. He's only 3 last bits behind, especially seeing that he was very late onto the lane. But at bottom, Xtreme Rage being very aggressive, getting into the jungle and pinning them back. Venduza just trying to get as much farm as he can on the creeps, and the Illuminate spam completely misses. MNT actually dives in. Maybe they might want to try and go for someone. Just a little bit of right click harass on Nizu, and look how much damage that does. 1 right click, and that's over 100 HP gone.
Well, you have to say that Xtreme Rage are going to have to be as aggressive as possible. It may be quite difficult for them because against a Weaver, they're just not going to be able to shut that Weaver down. A Shikuchi, they don't have anything against it really. It can just go right through them. The Keeper of the Light and Lena are very squishy, and they could just get shut down completely. But you know, they just have to hope that they'll be lucky. Venduza and Earthshaker could be taken down.
Oh, Venduza actually diving Bloodlust. That was a nice fissure, and actually first blood gets drawn in mid by Joker, but we're going to hang around down here and see if anything happens. Nothing actually comes of it, but Joker gets first blood in mid, diving onto Puck and picks up a kill, and first blood goes to Imba.
Yeah, absolutely. After Puck was doing so much better in terms of last hits, you can see now, because Queen of Pain was just trying to get the kill, and closing that off will mean she can just catch right up and really outlane this Puck, and she's doing quite a good job, but she's staying so defensive. Obviously, Queen of Pain using the blink only really to come in, do as much harassment as possible, and just kind of stay back otherwise.
Yeah, well, Queen of Pain versus Puck is going to be a very difficult one at all times, and Queen of Pain still miles behind farm of this Puck, still a good 400 behind, and you can see how much that's going on, and Puck actually dives in. There's the silence and the dream coil. It looks like Joker might actually be falling. 1 right click, Miracle gets the kill straight back. Very nice play by Miracle, and 1-all. It's mid. Xtreme Rage get the kill back, and Miracle did exactly what he needed to do. Not let that Queen of Pain keep killing and manage to get an insta reply. Very nice play.
Miracle's doing so well. You have to say those phase shifts are instant. He's got the reactions of a machine just kind of going on. The second he sees any kind of animation, instantly does it, and he's just doing such a great job of it.
Yeah, Puck now the highest farmer in the game, actually ahead of the Darkseer on net worth by only about 10, but it's still something. And if we flick over the last hits and denies, you can see why. She has the same amount of last hits, she has more denies, but she has that big kill, which is very, very important. She also has the death, but the kill means a bit more at this stage. And whether Puck can continue with that is going to be interesting to see. But what is going to be even better is MNT on this off lane, on this tri lane, so getting harassed an awful lot. Only on 100 HP, he's almost certainly going to have to pop the pot as soon as his range creeper's dead. There we go. And Weaver will be back on full HP again when they want to go back in. And nothing really happening on this tri lane, to be honest. This is a lot of farming, and both teams are doing quite well. Bloodlust on 23 and 11, and Weaver on 20 and 5, so kind of even at the moment between them. Earthshaker setting up the fissure, actually cancels it a few times, whacks it off on Frozen Fire. It looks like Frozen Fire is going to almost certainly die if MNT can get a good Sakuchi, but nice stun by Frozen Fire to try and get away. He's going to fall, though, to the Weaver right clicks. Is Bloodlust going to die? Venduza running around the back, trying to kill Nizu. It's not going to be enough. Venduza falls. MNT, not a lot of HP, but is going to try and go for the triple kill. Is taking out Bloodlust, going for another one. Decides against the better judgment. That's not a good idea. Back straight off, and we were saying nothing was happening on this tri lane, and all of a sudden it just exploded. It just came out of nowhere. Both teams just fought right. Now we've got to go for it at the same time, and that was pretty insane.
Well, it's a caster's curse, isn't it? We start spouting drivel and everything starts happening at once.
Yeah, almost certainly. Puck actually picks up a regen rune, so Puck's going to be very nice. She's going to probably pop it now. Yep, it comes down to initiate, and it looks like Miracle wants to lead the way for Xtreme Rage. Back down at bottom, they want to try something. The wards were up, though, and all of Imba just back right off. And there's the power of wards as Magnus gets a kill top on Darkseer. Does what he needs to do. Already got Arcanes. Actually popped the reverse polarity and the skewer in that to get the kill. And we're going to have to go back down to bottom because it looks like something else might be starting. Maybe not. Both teams still just vying for control of this jungle.
Well, we have to look at MNT harassment. They're actually beautifully using his ultimate to just get his health all the way back. But you have to say, this is just coming all the time so very close. Both teams playing it so defensively. They're doing a little bit of minor harassment, but they're ultimately just trying to get their card carriers to farm. And you have to think, are they going to try and play this to the late game? I mean, in terms of late game potential, Imba has a decent chance with Weaver, but he's not going to be able to keep up with a Lifestealer and a Magnus, who both have the potential to go carry and really just do huge amounts of damage.
Oh, going back down the bottom.
They're initiating now. The Fissure from MNT, the Fissure hits all of Xtreme Rage, but Shikuchi goes in, and then Keeper just harassing again. It's just trading off blows. There's no kills going on.
Yeah, the Leshrac split Earth very, very slightly off, and Puck actually manages to get a kill. Is Puck going to die? It doesn't look like Puck's going to die. She has the illusionary orb. She can get out, although Imba RR is chasing. Will Puck be able to escape? Really nice play by Puck, actually, to get away from that one. It looks like Puck should be okay now. But Imba, RR in a few seconds has surged, decides not to as Magnus ports back into the lane. And one skewer, and it all backs off again. But Puck diving around getting a kill. We've missed a few kills in this one. They're coming so fast and furious. Just so many dives all over the place. The amount of burst damage both of these teams have is very difficult to keep up.
You mentioned Caster's Curse 1 and it just occurs like hell, and it goes again. There goes the Fissure from Earthshaker. Bloodlust. Oh, he's just going back. This is
yeah.
Things just initiating and straight away going off, and that's the problem. We're seeing a Darkseer chase against a Magnus at top with Ravanoa actually shockwaving really well to kind keep it back, but again it's just trading blows. Just trading blows across the map. Not quite any kills. When kills happen, we're only seeing it because Xtreme Rage and Imba are just taking advantage of being able to have someone particularly lower than they expected.
Yeah, well, Puck's at bottom now. Puck is TP'd in, so Puck looks like she wants to go round the back, and maybe they can catch one or two of Imba out when they're on no mana, and MNT gets caught with the sentry. They're going to take the kill. Nice play by Xtreme Rage, using the sentry to take that away. Miracle now pulling the lane. They want to take this tower. There's really not much Imba can do about it without the Weaver around. I mean, Venduza and Joker are both down, both up in mid, and it looks like this tower's going to be dying, especially seeing that we have a keeper there, just to spam away some waves if they actually arrive.
Yeah, absolutely. Xtreme Rage have taken this tower, and it seems like they're putting Imba off a little bit. Obviously, normally we see Imba being such an early game kind of team. They just take advantage and they end it by the mid game. But if we look at their team again, it's very mid-game oriented. I mean, Queen of Pain, amazing hero for the mid-game. Weaver doing extremely well in the mid-game as well. Also being able to keep up in the late game.
It looks like Magnus wants to be diving RR. If Magnus can get a reverse polarity, it's going to be a kill. He's going to maybe go for the skewer soon if he can line one up. Surge will be up in 1 second. Magnus decides to back off, even though Frozen Fire was there in support. And nothing happens there. Nice use of the vacuum to get RR away from that.
Well,
Back at bottom.
Point you to Infamous because Miracle. Oh, it's been turned around. No, the ultimate gets gold on. Does it hit M&T? No, it doesn't. Is Miracle going to fall though? It looks like he is. His phase shift is around, but he doesn't use it. And Venduza, along with M&T, get the kill. The Diabolic Edict, and that Geminate attack is just so incredible, and they can't avoid it. And now Bloodlust, of course, has to go back because he's just lost the little help he had from Puck.
Well, that was really, really nice. Actually, that was nice play by Puck to even get the kill. It looked like Puck was running out of options, and she popped the silence as Earthshaker's animation for the stun was going for the fissure, and managed to get the kill with the Dream Coil. So popping everything, but getting the kill, and more just mad early game push from Xtreme Rage. Now going for the top tower. They have reverse polarity up, plus skewer if they want to try a dive, and they could quite easily dive under and get a kill or two. Infamous has almost no mana, and the Darkseer, only level 9, really doesn't have a lot. Keeper's going to keep spamming, going to keep clearing these waves and keep
I would
harassing.
look at mid now because Miracle is infested with Lifestealer, and he's going for Venduza. I don't know if he's actually going to keep to this. His Illusory Orb is back up in 3 seconds. Is he going to still go for it? It looks like he is. He's going on a mad rush. Venduza actually going up there. It looks like it's going to go in Miracle's favour. He's come in. There it goes. It looks like it's all over for Venduza. Open wounds after the silence as well from Puck. And there you go. Puck gets the last hit. Brilliant gank. Didn't think it would go off after Venduza just backed off, but no, he should have backed to the tower, not up there.
Yeah, it was a nice play actually. They managed to catch Venduza out, and the Puck with the Lifestealer just infested inside, managed to get the Illusionary Orb and land right beside a really nice silence actually. So Leshrak didn't have time to stun, and the Infest can pop. He could pop the Infest and secure the kill. So nice play by Xtreme Rage once again, and they're taking a pretty large foothold in this game so far. They're doing very, very well. They're shutting Imba down, and you can tell how much they're shutting Imba down. If we flick it over to net worth, we can see that the only person really farmed on Imba is the Queen of Pain, and Miracle is about 700 ahead of Queen of Pain. It has the Staff of Wizardry and a Null Talisman.
He could be going for a Dagon. I was thinking the exact same thing, but do you honestly think that the Puck would do this? He's ported top now. They're going for Joker kill. They're easily going to get it. That was nice porting in by Miracle.
Look at the amount of damage that RR was doing. The amount of damage RR was doing was completely insane. In comes Queen of Pain. A really nice dodge by Miracle. What amazing play by the Puck. Dodging the Queen of Pain ulti brilliantly, and they come straight back. They want to get Queen of Pain. Is reverse polarity up? I don't think it is. I think it's just been used. But really nice stun by Frozen Fire, and here comes the skewer. Can they land it? No. She just manages to get away, but what fantastic play by the Puck. The reactions, absolutely insane. As soon as Queen of Pain blinked on, she immediately used the phase shift and dodged the Queen of Pain ulti that was almost certainly going to get the kill. Just fantastic reactions we've been seeing in this game from Miracle so far.
Absolutely, the man is practically robotic in terms of how quickly he can be on. We're pretty sure he's actually an unfair bot, but with much better coding. My god. But no, we're seeing Xtreme Rage push so heavily. It's pretty strange. They must obviously want to disable Imba. They don't want them to get the great mid game, and of course if they don't get the great mid game, there's really nothing this Weaver can do late game. And Lifestealer and Magnus is definitely going to take the win over them. And we can see Bloodlust.
Puck is miles out of position. Puck is miles out of position right now, and if they find her, they're going to kill her. Although she dives around the back, is going to take out Infamous. Yes, she does. One right click does it with a double damage. Is she going to go for RR? She is. He has the. She doesn't. Oh, RR doesn't have the surge. One more right click will do it. There's the kill. Double kill for Miracle. Puck is destroying this game. Venduza comes around the back, maybe tries something, manages to get the stun. They do pick off the puck, but at what price? They lose 2, and the tower is getting pushed very, very heavily. And again, we just see very, very nice play by Xtreme Rage, and in Miracle in particular, just playing extremely well.
Well, you have to say Miracle is an absolute force in this game. If we look at net worth, 7k. He's miles ahead of anyone. But Magnus being 5k, the next one. Xtreme Rage are really dominating the map, and that's exactly what they need to do. They're absolutely having a huge presence, and it pushes Imba back. It means that they can't nearly do as much. If we see M&T farming at bottom, but he has to be so cautious because they're instantly going bot now. Magnus is going to pick up an invisibility rune, is he?
Oh.
Yes, he is. They bottled it. So, instantly activated it. They're going for the Weaver.
Yeah, they're almost certainly going to pop the RP if they can catch a Weaver out of position. Magnus is going to be stood right beside him, and if he pops the RP, Weaver is dead. Here it comes. Weaver has no idea. There's the RP. Here comes the Q. There's the Lina ulti. They just kill him as quick as possible. Down goes Weaver. They're going to be pushing this tower now that Weaver is dead. A nice play again by Xtreme Rage, dominating the map. They have complete map control, complete rune and ward control, and it pays off, as you can see there. They managed to get the kill on the Weaver.
Well, just, oh my goodness, Xtreme's play is incredible. They're just dominating the map. There's no other way to say it. I said it before, I say it again. Look at that skewer, just instantly cancelling Earthshaker. He had the animation going on for the Fisher, but...
In goes Miracle. Miracle's actually going to dive, pick up Infamous, gets another kill. She has the Dream Coil if she wants to turn around again. It looks like she will be very, very soon, although she's going to right-click this tower a few more times. In comes Joker. Silence from Puck. She wants to kill Joker. Does she have the Q? Yes, she does. It's going to be enough. Miracle once again gets away, and we see the power of Puck. No one can kill Puck. On the back, MNT getting a lot of kills. Now trying to kill the Magnus. Not going to be able to get Magnus. Tries to turn around and dive Nizu. Almost certainly going to get him. Raronia actually dies around the back. The Weaver does pick up the last hit. Double kill goes to him. Round the back of that, Miracle again in no man's land. Just using the silences and the force stuff to try and get away. She's going to be porting. She's going to get away. Nice play again by Miracle. Nice play by everyone on Xtreme Rage. But Imba again managed to pick a few off around the back just because of this Weaver, who did come back by the time the fight had finished. And wow.
Yeah, okay there, JD. My god, this Puck is being incredible, and the first time we've ever seen a Puck rush a 4-staff instead of a Blink Dagger. So very interesting thing, but has the exact same effect and doesn't get cancelled. This is a strategy that Xtreme Rage have obviously been practicing, and they've done it with such perfection. They really threw Imba a curveball. They obviously made Imba think that the Magnus was going to be going mid, but no, this Puck took it and completely outplayed the Queen of Pain. My god, without a doubt, Puck on mid with this. It's just everything is now happening. Imba are kind of grouping up. They're all in the jungle. Venduza is jungling, stacking with a stacked camp, and Infamous is just kind of helping out there. He's got 1k in the bank, but Xtreme is just now grouping up. They've gone for a smoke. We're seeing Nizu, Miracle, Frozen Fire, and Baranoa all smoked up. And
yeah, do they have reverse polarity?
Vision?
That's the important thing. They have RP. If they spot Venduza, Venduza's just going to die. In comes Miracle, 4-staff, insta kill. Now they're going to be going for this tower once again because they have reverse polarity up. And I was going to say, this Queen of Pain, so scared by this team, she's actually going for a BKB, which is not something you ordinarily see a Queen of Pain pick up. But they absolutely need to at this stage because the Puck is just completely ruining them. She needs some sort of security against Puck, or this game is just not going to go well for her whatsoever.
Well, it's been 20 minutes, so let's look at the experience in Gold Graph. And actually, despite Xtreme Rage seeming so incredibly unstoppable, Imba are doing a great job of keeping up with them. If we look at experience, and they're only about 600 ahead Xtreme Rage. And if we look at Gold, if we look at the Golden Graph, similar story, only about not even 3,000 ahead. So they've got a small lead, but it's the fact that they're making the most of it, and they are hugely taking an advantage. They are constantly putting the pressure on MNT, which is exactly what they need to do, although you have to say he's very, very close to his Lincolns now. He's got a Perseverance, he's got his Ultimate Orb, he just needs to buy the recipe, and that's only 1,000 gold or so away.
Yeah, Miracle picked up that very fast 4-star because going for that Dendy build, picking up a Blink Dagger and a 4-star for just pure survivability, and this puck is almost unkillable now. They managed to get a stun. They have to chain stun her to death because of how difficult she is to kill, and I wouldn't be surprised if Miracle, for her next item, goes for something like a Lincoln's just to make sure that there's absolutely no way this team is killing her.
Yeah, she's doing such a great job. It's honestly speechless. As a huge puck fan myself, I have to say, my God, brilliantly well played. I would like your baby's Miracle. But now we're just seeing so much going on. MNT trying to come in, just gets hit by a full force. Illuminates are really not useful, and Denduza trying to come in and do something, but he got instantly spotted by Miracle. We saw the animation go for Fisher, but he keeps cancelling it. There goes the ultimate. Bloodlust has been ported in. The Q is still coming, but it's not going to hit anyone. Surely, no, it doesn't. Are they going to they're just completely staying around this tower now. Lifestealer in Roronoa. Are they going for it? It looks like they are. The RP is up. Is he going to do it? There goes a Fisher from Earthshaker. Oh, and the Diabolic Edict and the Split Earth manages to kill him, but there goes all of the nukes, and RR surely going to fall. There we go, RR falls, Puck picks off the Darkseer, and Infamous going to fall as well, because Miracle just going to take him out, doing so well. We see Joker with the BKB trying to catch Bloodlust. It looks like she's got him. Bloodlust can't do anything, and Weaver and Joker together managed to get it, with Darkseer getting the kill.
Yeah, the Illusion actually picked it off, and Miracle once again picking up a few kills and not dying, and now right in the middle with MNT. MNT pops the ulti, very nice play, but I was going to say you have to be very careful and watch out for the amount of initiation that XR have now. They're going to dive in just a second and catch someone out, and if Magnus wants to go for MNT, MNT's going to dive because he has RP up. And diving past the tower at this stage with that with the skewer to try and get the kill is definitely not a bad plan. Puck's still there. Has Dream Coil? No. Used it to kill the Earthshaker. Although we were seeing Joker popped the BKB in that fight as Lina used her ulti. Very good reactions by Joker. As Lina's ulti was in mid cast, popped the BKB, completely cancelled it, and turned it around and picked up a few kills. So that's what the Queen of Pain needs to do more. And now she has the BKB, she's actually going to have a little bit more free roaming to be able to do it.
Absolutely, but of course the BKB isn't the best item for Queen of Pain, and it does put her a little bit back. Gives her a bit more survivability, but it's not nearly as useful an item as, say, a Scepter or something like that for her. So it's just because the amount of nuke that this team can put forward is too much for them to do anything. They're going to have to rely on Queen of Pain a little bit more, because Weaver just so hit down the second anything happens. He's got his Lincolns now, so he can constantly Shikuchi.
Oh, watch out. In goes Magnus. RP catches two, and the Puck as well. They're going to pick up a few more kills. Venduza gets caught by the Dream Coil. They get a 3 for 0. There's the big Magnus initiation. Exactly what they wanted to do. MNT has been dusted. Pops the ulti to get away from it, and it looks like MNT is going to easily escape. But they pick up a tower. Up goes Miracle to try and catch the Weaver. Not going to be able to get him. They pop a smoke, sorry, so they know if the Weaver's near them. Weaver's completely gone. They all get away. And that initiation, again, is absolutely insane, and they're going to go for Roche.
Yeah, and the smoke working so perfectly, as they couldn't find Weaver with it. Why not take Roshan? Not that Imba really have that much vision anyway. They would just probably be able to see them roaming, but with the path they took, it might have been avoided. They're just doing everything, and they're not even going to get known. This is going to be a silent Roche.
Yeah.
Imba not having any idea, and of course, look at what they're doing. They don't have any idea. They're just trying to kind of secure the perimeter more than anything else.
Well, they're at the sort of stage now where even if they did know, what can they do? What can they do against this team? In a 5v4, because Queen of Pain still isn't up, only just respawned now, they just cannot fight them. And a Miracle immediately blinks out just in case they were coming. Bloodlust picks up the Aegis. Imba are definitely on the back foot. And if anybody is going to beat them in this DelotA tournament, it looks like it's going to be Xtreme Rage, and it looks like this is the game they need to capitalize and do it, because if you give Imba the way back into this game, they're going to take it, and if they get back into this game, that's going to be a massive morale boost for if these teams meet again.
Absolutely.
Miracle again getting another kill. Just popping the combo all the time, getting kills around the back, has the double damage rune, and just playing so incredibly well. There's just absolutely nothing they can do to stop Miracle unless they all get BKBs. That's of course completely out of the question. I mean, Leshrak actually has an Ogre Club, so it looks like they actually might be going for
Getting
almost full BKB. I mean, if you look at RR, he's just building the obvious pipe in mech into pipe to try and protect against this puck, because the amount of burst damage that she's doing is just absolutely ruining everybody.
Well, if we look at Puck as well, the ultimate orb's been picked up. It looks like she'll be going for the Lincoln Sphere. So yeah, Puck will be untouchable once that happens. Not that it barely is untouchable already. It was almost untouchable already. Just so quick reactions with that phase shift is perfect every single time.
Yeah, she's sat on 1800 gold unless she goes to the Roche pit.
But
now.
let's look at Joker, who's just gone in on 3 really bold reactions, but he managed to catch the Keeper of the Light. And blinking away, Bloodlust popped everything to try and catch him, but is not going to be catch up. But
Miracle.
Joker now blinking away and porting in, and Miracle is here, taking the Venduza, popping the wombo combo, but doesn't have his Dream Coil yet. 2 more seconds, perfect phase shift to avoid the Fissure. He's got Blink Dagger up, and Force Stuff up in a couple of seconds. Will she go for it, or will she just stop? No, she's decided to not go anymore.
But yeah, really nice play by Queen of Pain, and there's the power of the BKB. She can blink into 3 of them and pick up a really easy kill with her Sonic Wave and her Scream, and then straight back out again with the blink. So nice play by Queen of Pain. But Miracle, we can see, just playing so incredibly well. And also I was going to say, she hasn't gone to the Roche pit yet. She hasn't gone and picked up her Perseverance. She's almost certainly going to be building a Cypher Vice now to shut down Weaver even harder, because apparently they need some extra hexes and disables on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, well, we still have to look at the experience in gold graphs. They're not that far behind. We've got less than 3k for experience now for Extreme Rage, so they have got a bit more of an advantage, and they have really taken a lead with it. And if we look at the gold graphs, it's almost 6,000 ahead, so they're doing so well. But Imba do have every opportunity to get back in this game. This is by no means a breaking point difference.
Well, I'm just looking at MNT, because it looks like MNT might want to go for the dive on Keeper of the Light. I think MNT only thinks Keeper of the Light is there. Has a Yasha now that the Lincolns is up, but Miracle waiting around the back. Is Miracle going to go for it? MNT actually goes for Nizu. If they turn around, they're going to catch him. Although they don't, they're actually just going to keep pushing and just completely ignore this Weaver by the looks of it. They're not going to be able to catch a Weaver now with the Sakuchi. They may as well back off. They pop a dust just in case, but nothing's going to come from that. And it looks like they just go back to farming, and if this carries on, you have to say Extreme Rage have a massive advantage just because of the reverse polarity.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's not forget, Magnus can carry. He's not gone for a refresher, he's gone for drums. He's got Arcane Boots and he's got his Blink Dagger, so he'll probably be picking up a refresher next, you'd assume.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
It's so hard for Imba that Lifestealer has a Desolator, he has the Aegis, he's got his Armlet, which is perfect items for the Lifestealer. And again, it's so push heavy with that Desolator. They're just destroying Imba's towers, which is destroying their ability to dominate to have any kind of map presence. Without map presence, they can't farm,
well,
and Extreme Rage are shutting Imba off.
Yeah, completely. They have double Blink Dagger up, they have RP, they have Dream Coil. They're just going to go for the racks. They know they have the time. They're going to keep slow pushing it, trying to just worm their way into it. They're not actually slow pushing at all. It looks like they're just going straight for it. Imba can't react. They pop the fortify. Are they going to go for it? Nope. The entire team backs off except Bloodlust, who gets dropped immediately. RP though, coming out from Magnus. No, just the skewer. Only catches Venduza. Is he going to use the RP? He does. Gets a double kill. RR around the back. Tries the wall. MNT running through them. RR's going to drop as well. In comes Joker with the BKB. Manages to pick up a kill, but Bloodlust absolutely wailing on her. MNT pops the ulti like we were talking about before, but Puck could use that silence. MNT versus Puck, 1v1. MNT actually backs off, has to try and help Joker, but Joker falls. Bloodlust is going to get away. Is Miracle going to go for the kill? No, because Sakuchi, he's actually going for Bloodlust. Really wants it. Miracle versus MNT once again. This time MNT is not going to back off, and it looks like he's almost certainly going to be killing this Puck unless he decides to run away, and MNT does decide to run away. And again, a very, very big fight, and it ends up with Miracle once again surviving. Very, very good play by Miracle, popping everything. RP was used, but Extreme Rage will be pretty happy with that, you have to feel. They didn't actually get the tower in the end, which is a little bit of a shame for them, but they've got it down on very, very low HP.
Well, you've got to say, Puck just getting everything he can. Oh no, MNT's come in. Looks like she's going to catch Miracle. Surely no, it's not, because of the illusory orb just being so impressive. And
MNT
Weaver
has
now
haste.
ulting to try and catch up.
Oh, sorry, MNT had haste but didn't decide to go for it.
But as I was saying before, that Puck making so much money in these fights and never dying. It's got 3.2k in the bank. It can buy whatever it wants, this Puck. And, well, you have to wonder, what's Miracle going to go for now? Its potential to get a Scythe or a Lincoln's. You'd expect a Scythe. Maybe it would just help the 1v1v Weaver make it entirely possible.
Yeah, the Cypher Vice would be absolutely insane on Puck right now, and she has the money if she wants to go and pick it up. And I would expect Puck to be picking it up now. Just farming very, very effectively as well. Knows exactly when the creeps are going to die for the illusionary orb, just to blink around to different camps. And if she doesn't go and get the Scythe, I'll be very, very, very surprised, especially with the amount of farm that Miracle has been able to get.
Absolutely, if we look at net worth, Miracle again proving maybe you don't need so much of a hard carry when you're this good. It's just bought something now, so she's actually got about 14k. What has she bought? The Scythe of Vice.
Yeah, Cypher Vice is up, so she's got at least another 5k, well, 3k, sorry, 3.5k than it says, and there we go. There's the amount of money that she would have had, and she is easily the highest farmer in the game, miles ahead of the Weaver by about 1.5k, who is only about 300 ahead of Bloodlust. But MNT farming exceptionally well, seeing that it's had absolutely nothing in this game, and managing to go 6-2-3, which is very, very, very good. And the Weaver's doing exactly what the Weaver needs to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just seeing MNT doing so well. Of course, this is why Weaver maybe such a great hard carry, because he can still act like an offlaner. He can catch farm in almost unbelievable situations. But we've seen him pick up a Mithril Hammer. Is it possible that he's also going for a BKB?
It looks like MNT wants to go for the BKB and the Lincolns just to make sure that Puck cannot kill her. But in comes Magnus with the ultimate. They have reverse polarity. Are they going to try and pop it? Are they going to get rid of the dust? Magnus tries it. Actually hits nothing. MNT is still there. Bloodlust actually blocks Magnus a little bit, and MNT's going to back away. Nice play by MNT to be able to get away. Very, very close to death, though. That Magnus skewer absolutely nearly hit.
Yeah, and we're just seeing Xtreme Rage go mad now with the push. They've pushed down every single tower, whereas Imba have left all the tier 2 towers for Xtreme Rage. They've got that much of an extra presence that they can just control it. Everyone is scared of Miracle, and can you blame them? He's got a Scythe now. He's just such a great farmer and such a great player in terms of how well he's keeping this up with insane reactions. And now they've got the tower. Darkseer denied it, so that's quite nicely done by the Darkseer to do it just before. Puts up the wall. That keeps them all in. Awesome wall. But are they going to be able to do any more with it? It's also timid. There they all go. There goes the Split Earth and Bloodlust. He uses his rage. It doesn't look like he's going to get away though. They turn it back around with a reverse polarity. He catches 3. Noah going in there with the skewer just to catch 2. Keeper of the Light manages to get off the Earthshaker. Puck kills the Darkseer. Joker has used the BKB and manages to pick off the Lina. Just avoids every spell from him now. And now it looks like Noah is going to fall. So Imba Battlenet turning this around. A 3-for-3 fight. Miracle's still around. Nizu is porting back. M&T looking for the kill but managed to give up. And Miracle just hanging around.
And they save the racks, which is the important thing. They lost absolutely nothing in that fight. They denied the middle tower, and then they saved their racks with really impressive play by Joker, popping that BKB. We saw the power of the BKB just then, managing to pick up at least 2 or 3 kills, probably 4 kills in fact, for the team as a whole. MNT getting 1 or 2 of them, and very, very important. But Weaver
But I'm just going to have to direct you to Miracle again. Killing the Joker, the Queen of Pain, caught around, using an invisibility rune with barely anything. Had absolutely no... Look at their health, barely anything, very risky. But decided she could go for it, and look how well it worked. Yeah,
probably just because of the Cypher Vice. She managed to pop the Scythe, and then before Queen of Pain could do anything, she was just dead with the amount of burst damage that Puck threw out. But MNT has a Desolator, not a BKB. Has gone for Deso instead. Imagines that the Lincolns is enough. Has actually picked up the Deso. So that is going to be huge in the next team fight. That is going to be exactly what they need to take down Bloodlust, because he is so tanky. It's taking a lot to kill him.
Well, it'll also help them take down those towers, and they really need to get back a little bit more map presence. They're just so far behind Xtreme Rage in that sense. If we look at the experience in Gold Graph now, they're XR are still pushing it. They've got about 5.5k ahead now in experience and about 10,000 gold more in favour of them, which is huge. That is a game-breaking point where Imba really have to win a few more fights if they want to make much difference.
Yeah. But we've seen Imba come back from these sorts of situations before and win very comfortably just because of how good a team they are, and they are so well. They play so well together that they can easily win one well-orchestrated team fight. But Roshan looks like is the name of the game for Xtreme Rage. They're going for him. They're going to give it to Bloodlust. But it looks like Imba MNT, sorry, is there. Has an idea what's going on. Ingo the Scarabs, now they're going to know, and it looks like Xtreme Rage have surely just got to back off now, unless they feel like they can just take this to them.
Well, they probably can. They have every ability to. Do they have a Sentry Ward because they're able to see MNT? Miracle just goes in and instant blinks out. Great baiting. And we're seeing them go for it, but the Dream Coil hits 3. MNT completely limited. There goes the reverse polarity, catches 2. Bloodlust comes out without finishing Roshan. They're going for it, but Joker has a BKB. Lena's ult goes on Venduza, and there goes everything. Diabolic Edict was up, but the rage was there, and it just managed to save him. An awesome armlet toggle. We're seeing now Miracle just take down the Joker's got everything. Is the sheep stick up? No. It's got 13 seconds, which doesn't need it. Beyond Godlike, and I have to say, you have to agree, so beyond Godlike in this play. He's got a gem.
5-0 for Xtreme Rage, when it looked like Imba were going to turn the fight around with Joker. Couldn't pick anyone off. They were all on so little HP, but they played so well together as a team, so fluid, their movement. They backed out when they needed to. They came back in when they needed to, and Xtreme Rage really showing why they're one of the best teams in this tournament and why they're doing so well in ESL. And Puck now has Orchid, as well as Sheepstick, as well as Blink Dagger, as well as Force Staff, and a gem.
It just... I don't think it ends, JD. I mean, where can this stop? Miracle is proving that it doesn't always need to be one of the biggest meta carries to lead this game. 20 kills to 3 deaths. Undoubtedly, Puck is ruling. Absolutely ruling. So this is the advantage of maybe just winning mid sometimes. And it shows how strong winning mid can be occasionally. I mean, she's got an Orchid now. She's got a gem. She's so untouchable with the Blink and the Force Staff that she can carry that without any problem. Scythe, Power Treads and Strength for the extra survivability. A full build without a doubt. And 38 minutes in, let's look at Weaver, see how well he's done. He's done quite well on net worth. It's at 14k, but 1 alone when Lifestealer and Parker ahead of him isn't enough. He's got his Deso, he's got his Yasha, and he's got his Lincolns. Maybe he'll finish off a Manta, but what can he do honestly now?
Well, there really isn't much, and this whole time we can't forget about Lifestealer, who is the second most farmed hero in the game at the moment. Has the Basher, is going to be looking probably to get that Abyssal Blade to even further shut down Weaver. And Weaver died instantaneously in that last fight. They knew exactly what they needed to do. They just absolutely destroyed MNT, and the Deso did nothing for them. Absolutely nothing. Hopefully, if they get another fight, they're going to be hoping that the Desolator can be a little more useful and have MNT a little bit more on the outskirts as opposed to getting caught in the middle. But here comes Puck, has a blink and a sheepstick. How fast is her reactions? She's actually phase shift out so that she can try and catch MNT. She's going to surely sheep him. No! She gets sheeped first by Joker, who comes in. Magnus with the reverse polarity catches 5. Lena's stun hits. So does the Keeper. But they're all still on full HP because of the mechs. They actually burn the Lena ulti for nothing. They're going to catch Roronos, and now they're going to catch Frozen Fire around the back, and they're going to get a 3-for-1. And really nice play by Imba, and that's what we were talking about. All they need is one fight, and they can easily turn this around. They're so well orchestrated together. They play so well as a team.
And now surely the beauty of Leshrac and a Weaver with a Desolator is going to come in. They're going to have to push this tower. They're waiting for the creep wave. I'm going to say, that mistake, just go for it. They've got no backdoor on. They have to just do something. Because it's stuck down with Lifestealer and Keeper, and they're not going to be able to stop MNT and Joker, because Joker is proving that she's the real one to watch this game.
Yeah, well, the thing is at this stage that they had about 30 seconds until the creeps are up, and they're not going to get anything more than a tower, and Bloodlust just tries to knight, but nothing's going to come from that. And this game so far is really turning into a battle of Joker versus Joker versus the puck.
Miracle.
On the puck. And in that last fight, Joker won, and therefore Imba won the fight because they managed to sheepstick the puck down, pick her off before the fight even started, and destroy the gem, which is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that gem has gone, Puck managing to kill him with that. Actually, Puck picks up an Ogre Club. Are we going to see Puck picking up a BKB? We're seeing so many people pick up a BKB in this game. It's nearly ridiculous. But Lifestealer has his Abyssal Blade. What is he going to do with that? Obviously going to aim for maybe Joker now, because Joker's actually proving a lot more of a threat than MNT is.
Yeah, Joker is playing very, very well, and it's because of the BKB. She picked up a very fast BKB, managed to get the Cypher Vice, now sitting on an extra 3.3k of gold. But if Puck can get a BKB, then we're in for an absolute treat, as both of them go at each other with absolutely no spells, nothing being able to be used, not even the sheep sticks can be used on BKB units. That's why Puck's picking one up, and just insane survivability from both of them, being able to blink around, and it's going to really come down to that fight, I think, in the last in this push. Can MNT do anything in this fight as well? MNT is a massive, massive part of this lineup, and they need to get the Weaver into the game if they're going to take a team fight. If the Weaver gets caught, then they're just going to lose it completely, and Miracle does have that sheep stick. Bloodlust, though, gets sheep down. It's going to get caught before anything even begins. Has the Aegis still, and Ragnarok comes in with an amazing reverse polarity, catching 3. They managed to pick up the Leshrac. Are they going to kill RR? Yes, they do. MNT does pick up the Lina. Round the back, though, Bloodlust wailing on the Queen of Pain. Doesn't get anything. MNT hanging around. It looks like a Rax is going to fall, though. They've got pretty much nothing. Does Miracle have the sheep stick? No, doesn't even need it with the Orchid. Manages to get another kill. Bloodlust with a very, very nice infest. Manages to escape from MNT, but not for long. Out he comes. 1, 2, 1, 2, and he's dead. Round the back, Miracle trying to escape from them both. Almost certainly not going to get away. Even with a blink dagger, maybe. No, Joker actually manages to get the last hit, and what a fight again. Looked like Xtreme Rage had won it. They managed to take a Rax, but Imba showing that they are still in this game, and MNT is going to be pushing as hard as he can straight down the middle. We're going to check the buyback and see who's up, and no one from Xtreme Rage has buyback apart from Lifestealer.
Except for Keeper. And Keeper, actually, maybe we're going to see Keeper buyback.
Well, Keeper's alive.
Keeper doesn't need to, but he has the buyback potential, I should say. But Weaver, we can see Imba's spirit has come right back. Weaver's finished his Manta style. Is he going to be using it? Surely he's just going to be going for this tower, because they want to catch a Rax back, and they're taking a different lane. They're taking it on mid, the shortest of all the lanes. Queen of Pain strangely deciding to move with the Mana League con.
They shouldn't go for this. They don't think reverse polarity is up, but what they don't know is that Magnus... Actually, he doesn't quite have it yet. He doesn't quite have his refresher orb. He's missing one item, so he cannot get that yet. And if they wanted to push, they could, but they decide not to, even though Miracle is down. They really can't fight Bloodlust at the moment now that he has an Abyssal Blade to really lock down the Weaver.
Yeah, of course, but we can't forget Magnus is so close to that refresher orb. He needs 800 more gold, and then when he's done with that, sorry, not even that, 600 more gold. Then when he's done with that, double polarity, that's what, a 7-second stun? Yeah, 7 seconds.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to. He's just going to be able to completely destroy Imba, and it goes through BKB. So all of these BKBs will not be able to stop it. Well, if we look at Queen of Pain, pick up a Demon Edge.
Yeah, it looks like Queen of Pain is actually going for a more carry build now that it's got to the late game. Feels that she needs a lot more right-click damage now that spells aren't doing anything. And up goes the dust. Where are they going? Roshan isn't up for another 4 minutes, so it's not going to be there. They're going to be looking to go into the jungle, try and catch 1 or 2 of them off. Magnus is leading the way. Miracle now comes in around the back. They'll be able to see Miracle completely on his own, and Imba are not taking any chances. They just get right back into their base. They do not want to get caught out, and it doesn't look like they're going to at all. And I think that was purely just because Miracle was there. They feel, well, we can't kill him anyway. What's the point in risking it?
Absolutely, we're seeing both teams dusted up. Imba and Xtreme Rage, different members. What is going to happen? Are they going to collide in the middle? They look like they're both going for the rune. There goes Infamous for the haste rune. He's going to pick it up, surely. No, he's saving it. Is Vendusa going to take it? Yes, he is. He's going to activate it and instantly go for it. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to go for a fast push? Considering Leshrac has that ability, looks like everything's going to soak. They've seen Extreme Rage altogether, but they don't want to go on it.
Well, Imba are going all the way around the back. I don't think it's wise to fight here unless they can really catch off Puck and Magnus, because they do not have enough to try and take a fight to them. Surely they're going to risk it anyway. In they go. Joker goes in first, gets gets off the sheep stick. In goes the wall with a reverse polarity, catches Venduza, stuns him out. Doesn't have the RP up again. No, what is it called? Refresher orb. And Imba win the fight pretty spectacularly, being able to kill Lena and Bloodlust very, very soon. They are going for racks. They smell blood. They really want this. MNT still on almost full HP. Does MNT have the ulti as well? Yes, he does. So this is going to be massive push. This is exactly what they needed at this stage, especially seeing that buyback isn't up.
Yeah, absolutely. No buyback. Of course, they don't know that, but the Magnus is around, and the Puck is around, and that is what MNT is scared of. They're waiting for the creep wave. It's a little bit risky, but of course they're going to go for it.
You say they don't know. You say they don't know, but they will know, because they know that Bloodlust bought back just a minute ago just to try and take them out. But Weaver getting caught out. Does he have the damage? Has an ulti. Will be able to escape. Nice play by MNT. Can they actually take this tower? It just doesn't look like they have enough to fight up on the high ground, even against 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just seeing Imba go for it now. They're really going for it. There goes her RP, hits nothing. Complete waste. He's still not got the refresher orb. Imba are trying to take this tower. They're doing everything. Miracles around, but he's so low on health. Is he going to die? No, he doesn't. He manages to pick off the Queen of Pain. MNT manages to pick off the Puck. He's not going to escape though. Robinoa manages to pick off that Magnus, and they don't take the tower. Yellow on the racks that they were aiming for, and our Xtreme Rage wins the fight. Are they going to be able to win this? Is any team going to be able to win this? Let's look at buyback. Does anyone in Imba have it that's dead? Queen of Pain, no. Has to wait for ages, and Weaver just is 250 gold off. He must be furious that it's just a little bit off. But now Xtreme Rage actually kind of calmly pushing back without the Puck. They don't seem to be quite as confident, although Magnus has his RP. How far away is he? He's got his refresher orb now.
Yep. He's just picked it up, so this is going to be very, very important. Picks up a few more TP scrolls, and this is going to be the fight now, I think. This is going to be the one that they need. They have Magnus, they have double RP. This is the time where they can just win this game. Weaver is down, Queen of Pain is down, and the thing that's been so important at the moment for Imba is the fact that Queen of Pain can come in after RP has been used, put on a Blink Dagger and start wailing on them. But now she can't. She has to wait for both of them to get used, or she's just going to fall to Rorona anyway. So yeah, not a very good position to be in, and it looks like they're just going to go for Roche. Imba know about it, but they can't stop it.
No, absolutely, and it's going to be huge because Life Still Up with another Aegis is just going to be such a nightmare for them to overcome in a team fight. Plus a cheese, which is going to be huge. Yeah. We don't know who's going to be able to pick up that. There's barely any space. Will pick it up. Magnus picks it up. Yeah, Roronoa picks up that. They're all such high levels. If we look at the levels now, Park level 25. Everyone else kind of lower. It's mainly between Weaver's level 25. It's between Queen of Pain and Weaver and Puck. And Puck having this advantage, that's where Imba are taking it, because Puck is not a carry of any sort. And so Lifestealer is having to catch up. He's 4 levels behind, which is a huge amount. But with that Aegis, he can really make up for it.
Yeah, and you have to remember as well that Magnus with double RP now, very, very important. Just because they can nullify all of the carry potential that Imba has at this late stage, even through BKB, and that's going to be just such a nightmare for the Weaver to deal with. He's sat in base now. I'm going to take off the buyback status, flick it back to net worth. We can see that Weaver most farmed in the game, trying to get a butterfly, but I don't think Weaver's going to be able to get there before this fight whatsoever, because they're just going straight for the tower. They want the second racks. Are they going to be able to get it? Are Imba just going to let them have this tower? It looks like they are. They just can't fight them. They've got absolutely nothing to fight Miracle and the double RP. And they go back in again. They're going for the racks. Imba have got to do something soon, or they're just going to lose. In goes Magnus. RP. Refresher. He uses it again. And there goes the destruction that we were talking about. They all fall so fast. All of the spells being used, only Leshrak alive, and the GGs, and finally Imba fall, and it's Xtreme Rage that do it.
Absolutely, but we can't forget Imba now going into the losers bracket. They could come up against Extreme Rage again if they win this fight.
Yep.
But how incredible was this game? Miracle proving how incredible Puck is, and why she's absolutely my favourite hero. Puck ends up with the cheese as well. Instead of the Magnus, the Puck ends up with the cheese. Just kind of insult to injury, completely closing down. And shout out to our Magnus. And yeah, the Magnus did really, really well. Look at that end. Ended up with double RP and a skewer. So just completely disabling them constantly, moving them about this way and that way like a rag. And exactly what you'd expect from someone with such a giant horn.
And and just